The hidden costs of running a mobile notary business and how to manage them. Make sure that title is as straightforward as I can make it. What's going on? My name is Knowledge Seven Figure Entrepreneur, teaching you about the mobile notary business, aka the notary business in general. These are going to be the hidden costs of running a mobile notary business. If you stick to the end, you'll know what many other notaries might not know and how to manage them. But mostly what the costs are, because once you have an idea of what they are, you can put together ways in your head on how to manage them. So the first thing that I want to really address, oh my gosh, my microphone is going crazy. Got her dancing like a stripper. Anyways, the first thing that you want to do or need to know of is the transportation cost, yo. Let me let y'all know from now. If you're not the type of person that's keeping track, and you can use a tool like Mile IQ. Let me just put that here on the side to you. You need to be keeping track of your miles for one, and you need to be tracking your cost of your transportation costs. This is one of the things that adds up that you might not be paying attention to, because in your mind, it's like, oh, it's only $20 for gas. It's only $50 for gas. But when you're going from job to job to job, over time, those things, gas adds up, y'all. Gas is not getting cheaper as these years go on. Gas is getting more expensive. So it's important that you write these down. Like I've explained in other videos, especially the finance videos on explaining how to run the notary business, you need to be tracking this in at very least an Excel sheet. Every time you take gas, every time you fill up, you need to go ahead and put that in there, especially the days where you're doing your notarization works, especially those days. It can get a little tricky sometimes because sometimes you're using your same car to do like real life stuff, but you need to keep track of your transportation costs. And every time you fill up, just go ahead and put it on the list. Just assume that your gas prices is going towards your business. But transportation can add up, and I don't think many people pay attention to it just because they just realize that they just think that it's just gas. It's just my gas. But yeah, it'll add up on you. Next up is your equipment and supplies. So this one is kind of not obvious, but of course you understand that you're going to have to pay for equipment and supplies. But what I will say is the equipment that you need to think about are the ones that run out. Those are probably the most important ones to remember. So for example, let's say you have a printer. You don't have to keep factoring, oh, I have to buy a printer over and over again. That's not going to be a reoccurring cost. But the paper and the ink is, your pens are, the staples that you're getting are, like things like those little things are things that you have to be putting down on your tracking sheet, because they do add up as time goes on. Especially if you have flyers in your business cards and you're passing this marketing material out, those are the types of things where once you pass them out, they're gone. They're out there. The marketing material is out there, so you have to replenish these things. Remember, always add them to the Excel file. Like that needs to be your best friend. This is kind of like your bookkeeper right here. You can hire a bookkeeper too for really cheap, but honestly, just get Excel, get Mile IQ. Those two things right there can help you out a lot, especially if you're on you're balling on a budget. Let me put it like this. Boom. Put Excel at the top. Love me some Excel. I'll Excel me anything. Next up is your insurance and bonding. So especially when you're doing like when you're getting your errors and omission insurance, some of these things run out after the years go on. So you might not be thinking like, oh man, hold up, my insurance expires. Because in case you didn't know, insurance expires and you have to keep up with it. So those are one of those costs where when you do it, you're not thinking about it for 3 years, but then one day you run out of it, your insurance expires and you have to replenish it. Instances like those, going back to the basic framework, the basic foundation, every single little thing that runs through your business, and I'm going to say it several more times, needs to go into that sheet. All the stuff that you're doing needs to go into that Excel sheet. But this is something that you have to watch out for, because this is kind of one of those hidden expenses. Because you pay it one time and you just start off in the business and you start just going and worrying about everything else, you're not really thinking about this expense coming back up, but it will come back up. In fact, I have mine's come back up. This is going to be one of the most expensive, and we kind of touched on it, is your marketing advertising. So we already touched on like the guerrilla marketing. So the business flyers, the business cards, those of course you have to pay because they replenish, but also your ads. Your ads. And if you're doing SEO, you have to pay, or you have to do it yourself and update the website constantly so it's being indexed properly. But when it comes to ads, when you start running ads, it gets expensive, yo. And the reason it's expensive is because it works. And some things that people don't keep in mind also is even when they don't work, you're paying for them. So you can be running negative, and when you first start off, sometimes you're running negative because with ads you have to lose, win big, and those wins cover all your losses and then some, and it could do it for years to come. Speaking from experience, so keep in mind, like, you need to have an ads budget. If you don't have an ads budget, put one together, get some credit, and be ready to invest it. But only invest into things that you know can give you out a potential profit. Not on frivolous things. This is not a market. This is not, this is for educational purposes only. So you know that. Next up is your subscription and software fees. Oh my gosh. These add up. Oh, these are so annoying time. And I'm gonna give you a good example. So not only do your subscription and your software fees adds up, you have to remember to put this one in your Excel file as a monthly expense. Don't just drop it in there. You need to be able to drop this in there every single month because it's gonna keep coming back up. And one thing we're realizing with our business as we grow it, the subscriptions that are just flat fees, like the $10 a month, the $15 a month, the $20 a month, those are cool. The ones that really bite you in the ass are the ones that grow as you're growing. So for example, like Zapier, for example, the more Zaps you use, the more money you pay. So you need to make sure you're going back at the end of each month, updating your Excel file, because as you grow your business, you're going to be spending more, just because the amount of volume that's coming in changes. And they base these businesses, like these subscription services and these software companies, are so smart. They base their business off of not only just a one flat fee, but how well you're doing. So as you do good, as you need more, they want to get paid more. Trainings and certifications. I'll just name this as like your ongoing education, because this needs to be budgeted too, because this is what's going to get you more money, to be honest. So this is paying for courses. This is paying for ebooks. This is paying for mentorships. This is paying for one-on-ones. This can be super expensive too, but the amounts of progress and money that you can make from this is exponential. Because as you learn, as you get more education, what happens is you might not be able to use that thing that you learned from your business right away, but that skill compounds. And you're able to use it at some point down the line, and you realize, like, oh man, I wouldn't even have known this had I not have invested in myself. So you need to make sure that this is actually something that you're investing in, your online education. Make sure you buy one course a month or buy one book a month that's going to help you raise your business and get to the next level. If you're not doing that, you're not growing. If you're not growing, you're dying. There's no other way to put it. I wish I didn't use that word because YouTube might flag it, but that's what it is. Next up, you have client no-shows and cancellations. Ugh, annoying. You have no-shows. The one that's been killing us recently is like the cancellations. Clients will cancel on you, or they'll dispute you, but we'll just stick with no-shows and cancellations. These take up your time. These take up your money. And they take up your potential to make more money. So usually when clients cancel or have a no-show and they don't pay you, you could have fit another client in that same exact time. So that's something that you should be very wary of. That's like a hidden cost that you're not even thinking about. Something that you're not even thinking about. Of course, you have your taxes, which you can't avoid. So every time you get paid, which is another reason why you need to have that Excel sheet, at the end of the year, you need to be able to give that information to your tax person, because every time you get paid, you need to be putting some money to the side for your taxes. I would definitely be saying that. And then I would also say disputes. I'll just do it with this disputes. Your disputes, oh my gosh, what will happen is you'll do a job for clients, and then they'll say, oh, that person never came to the location, even though you know damn well you was there. So watch out for your disputes as well. When they do happen, you need to update that in your Excel file, so people understand, so you understand, like, okay, cool, I did get paid for this, but there was a dispute, so I don't have as much money as I thought I did. But those are the hidden costs. Those are really the biggest hidden costs, give or take something like like legal fees if you ever need to get into a legal dispute, or like office supplies. But office supplies can kind of go under number 2, equipment and supplies. But yeah, this is basically it. These are the hidden costs. You need to know all of these. You need to have these down packed and be on the lookout for them. Because these right here can make or break you. Because you would be surprised. You would think you're making money, but then before you know it, it's like, whoa, I'm in the red. I thought I was in the green. So yeah, those are the hidden costs of running a mobile notary business. I gave you some tips on how to manage them, but now that you know what they are, you'll have an idea. If you need help implementing this, let me know. I do have a one-on-one that you could do with me down. Book a call below. And there's also a free notary starter kit if you're new to the business or just want some extra tools. And then also, if you want even more tools, there's a mobile notary mastery bundle where it's very inexpensive. You can get phone call scripts, you can get email scripts to get more clients. And I also give you a list of 300 signing services you can sign up with to get consistent business. So go ahead and click on that link down below. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, hit that bell notification. Peace, love, and your boy Knowledge is out.